Did the fans really make fun of Drew McIntyre? TNA made history last night. And The Rock's new movie? Yeah, it's still flopping at the box office. These are some of the latest headlines we've got for you today. Some big news coming out of TNA as Bound for Glory just made history. The event officially became TNA's highest attended show in North America, with an impressive 7,794 fans packing the arena. It was a night filled with emotion, nostalgia, and a few tear-jerking moments as the legendary Dudley Boyz wrestled their final match before officially announcing their retirement. The show also featured this year's TNA Hall of Fame inductions, with Mickie James and Tommy Dreamer taking their rightful places among the company's legends. Dreamer, never missing a chance for humor, joked during his speech, "I know what you're all thinking. Why is the ugliest member of the beautiful people presenting Angelina Love and Velvet Sky into the 2025 TNA Hall of Fame? The answer is simple. Billy Gunn wasn't available." It was the perfect mix of heart, history, and humor. Everything fans love about TNA. Next, let's talk about The Rock, and not the People's Champion version, but the Hollywood one. Johnson's latest movie, The Smashing Machine, continues to struggle at the box office, pulling in just $1.7 million this weekend across more than 3,300 theaters, a massive 70% drop from its opening week. According to Variety, the film has earned just over $10 million so far, which is a disaster considering its $50 million budget. Johnson stars as former UFC fighter Mark Kerr in a dramatic retelling of the 2002 documentary, alongside Emily Blunt and MMA champ Ryan Bader. Unfortunately, even with that star power, audiences didn't show up, and neither did critics. It wasn't just The Rock's movie either, as even Disney's Tron, Ares underperformed despite leading the weekend. With The Smashing Machine crashing hard, fans are now wondering, will The Rock turn his attention back to WWE? Could this box office flop push him to finally step into the ring against Cody Rhodes? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. Hollywood might not be cooking right now, and the WWE Universe would welcome The Rock's return with open arms. Now, let's get into the big story coming out of Raw's main event. The Vision just turned on Seth Rollins, and honestly, that caught a lot of fans off guard. The faction only started 6 months ago, and now it's already falling apart. It actually feels a lot like when Edge first formed the Judgment Day, just for it to blow up in his face not long after. This definitely feels like a questionable move from creative. What do you guys think? Was it the right call to end the Vision this early? Drew McIntyre just hit a major milestone, celebrating 18 years since his WWE television debut. On October 12, 2007, a 22-year-old Scottish kid named Andrew Galloway stepped into a SmackDown ring wearing a kilt, managed by Dave Taylor, and picked up a quick win over Brett Major. Fast forward nearly 2 decades, and that same kid has become one of WWE's most respected veterans. After getting released in 2014, Drew rebuilt himself from the ground up, returned through NXT in 2017, won the 2020 Royal Rumble, and made history as the first ever British WWE champion. Fans flooded X with tributes celebrating his journey, calling him the definition of perseverance and proof that hard work always pays off. Alright folks, there's another major Seth Rollins update that's grabbing eyes. Rollins was seen wearing a sling on his arm. That's got everyone speculating he might have suffered a legit injury. The question now, was that the real reason WWE decided to tear apart the Vision on tonight's show? Now, before we jump all in, let's look at the details. At Crown Jewel, Rollins took a nasty bump when he tried a coast-to-coast headbutt on Cody Rhodes, and he wasn't exactly hiding the fact that the landing was rough. After that match, reports started piling up. Backstage and around Australia, Rollins was seen with his arm in a sling. A photo even surfaced of him strolling in Perth, sling in full view. That said, and this is where things get interesting, nothing has been officially confirmed yet. For all we know, this could be WWE's way of writing Rollins off or softening a storyline. And you've got to remember, earlier this year, Rollins pretended to have a knee injury before cashing in Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. That twist caught a lot of people, so the idea of him faking again is not out of the realm of possibility. So yes, maybe that sling is the real reason for tonight's shakeup, but maybe not. WWE loves those angles where fiction and reality blur. We'll keep digging, and as soon as there's anything solid, medical reports, backstage whispers, official word. I'll bring it straight to you. Stay tuned. This could get even messier, in the best way. In a recent interview with the Black Wrestling podcast, Evans opened up about one of the biggest challenges he's facing in WWE, getting people to understand how he talks in promos. He said, "I think the thing that's the most trouble with me is having people understand the way I talk. I'm still young, so I'm not going to talk like an older, mature wrestler. I'm going to talk like a regular human being." Honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with Evans' promo style. Plenty of wrestlers on the main roster don't even speak English fluently and are still killing it. So I hope WWE gives him time to find his voice when he officially lands on Raw or SmackDown, because the kid's got potential. Next up, Darby Allin may have just thrown a shot at CM Punk. In a recent interview with Ariel Helwani, Allin was pretty blunt, saying, "Everyone has been on the same wavelength in AEW since the cancer got cut out." He went on to clarify what he meant. Just egotistical wrestlers that don't want to lose. And that in wrestling, if you're carrying an ego, get out of the fucking sport. He didn't name Punk directly, but given Punk's past reputation for backstage politics and high-level status, the line, "the cancer got cut out," is obviously generating buzz that Allin was targeting former WWE stars, and maybe Punk in particular, with that jab. Now, to add context, Allin has history with Punk. He was the first guy Punk faced in AEW after his return from hiatus in 2021. And Allin's spoken before about how nerve-wracking that match was. So this could be more than just shade. It's arguably part of a longer narrative arc between them. So, was this shot at Punk real, or just promo heat? That's what we'll be watching in the next few weeks. Let me know what you guys think. And finally, we've got some wild news from IShowSpeed. He just dropped a new image via his Instagram stories from the WWE Performance Center, giving fans a peek behind the curtain on what looks like filming for his series Speed Goes Pro. In the shot, he's sitting on the apron of a WWE ring, holding a clapperboard that clearly reads, "Speed Goes Pro." What's even more intriguing, Sheamus appears in the background. These visuals suggest this isn't just a side project. Speed is working directly with WWE in some capacity on this series. To fill in some context, Speed Goes Pro is a 6-part YouTube series that's already turned heads. It's set up to spotlight speed training with or challenging big names. Randy Orton, Tom Brady, Kevin Durant are all tied in. Also, Speed's recent wrestling exposure has come via major events. He competed in the 2025 Royal Rumble, where he took a brutal spear from Braun Breaker. So what's the takeaway? This move could serve multiple purposes: expanding Speed's brand, building more bridges with WWE, and giving fans a unique cross between sports entertainment and streaming content.